And welcome back to part 3 of a very long series I'll do when I feel like doing them. The Pokemon that need to be made series. Now, I've talked about Pokemon that need to be made in general. That's where I brought up the whole idea of we need more shark-based Pokemon. And I just did grass, and then we're going to just go by type. So now we're on fire. Fire, believe it or not, came off a little trickier to me, because I struggle to think of Pokemon that needed to be made that are fire type. I struggle a little bit. But that being said, I did come up with 4 when I thought about it. And I'm like, what other things are based on fire that could be turned into Pokemon that we need? So here we go. And right out the gate, you're going to be wondering, what the hell are you talking about? We need a proper volcano Pokemon. What do I mean by this? Well, we have Torkoal. That's kind of no, the Torkoal's not a volcano Pokemon. We got Numel and Camerupt. Those are volcanoes. Technically, yes. But they're not volcanoes. They're camels with little erupting volcanoes on them. Mega Camerupt looks the most like a volcano, but they aren't technically volcano Pokemon. There are Pokemon that are labeled the volcano Pokemon. In fact, let me find out what is actually classified as the volcano Pokemon. Let's find that out, shall we? Which one is classified? Quilava and Typhlosion are called the volcano Pokemon. There's nothing volcano about them except fire. And then you have Slugma and Magcargo, which are living sentient lava. So you do have those. But, like I said, the only one that's really close enough is Camerupt. And that's even only in its Mega that it really has a volcano on its back. We do not have a rock fire type that is essentially a sentient volcano in some ways. We don't have that. And as for going on for 9 generations, over 1,000 Pokemon, I am kind of surprised we don't have that. So I think that's something that needs to be made, that needs to be done. I definitely think we need a living volcano Pokemon. Likewise, in turning fire sentient, we need a living campfire Pokemon. We got our first grass fire Pokemon this last generation with Scovillain. Needless to say, I'm a little disappointed by our first grass fire Pokemon, but take what you can get. But the idea of a sentient campfire really isn't that. I mean, we got a sentient engine this generation. We have sentient trees. Literally, Trevenant is a sentient tree. We have sentient inanimate objects like Magnemite and Voltorb, which have become sentient. A sentient candle. So why not a sentient grass fire campfire Pokemon? That, I think, it could be, and honestly, you could even combine it even further. Make the design like a spider. A spider campfire grass fire Pokemon. There you go. Game Freak, you can take these ideas. You don't have to pay me. I know you got a problem with that because you feel like you're going to have to get the artist credit. But guess what? Do you know how many artists would be like, yeah, just give me a shout out in the credits or something for the design. I'll take it. Aren't going to ask for money. Do you know how many cool ideas are out there for Pokemon that you don't want to explore, just use? You want to, let's be honest, steal a couple of them and then just reskin them, tweak them a little bit and say, oh, we came up with this ourselves. Palafin, you're not fooling anyone. Hell, Scovillain, you're not fooling anyone. So it's definitely something that deserves to be explored. I think a sentient campfire is a cool idea. But now we move from campfire to something a little more unique. And this would be shared, by the way, with the water type and whenever I do like a combined water-fire series. Like doing the types I think is important. A thermal vent Pokemon. This is a concept I am shocked has not been explored yet. There is nothing remotely close to a thermal vent Pokemon right now. So if those of you don't know what a thermal vent actually is, a thermal vent is essentially a pocket in the deep ocean where noxious gas, ash, toxic fumes, all that come out at supremely high temperature, like you would scald yourself sticking your hand in these things. But because of that, because it creates this little micro environment where the temperature is far warmer than the outside water around it, and life can in fact actually exist around them. So the idea of a deep sea Pokemon that is a water fire type, or even say a rock fire type that just happens to live underwater and that works, I prefer the water fire, frankly, because we need more water fire. We have only one water fire in the history of this game. No bueno. I think it's a cool idea. Now, you can do this in many ways. I've seen, if you just Google thermal vent Pokemon and go to images, you can find some cool ideas for it. Some of them are like an eel. Someone's like a walking thermal vent that's shaped kind of like a monster. There's ideas here they can do. And because it's thermal and thermal vents are toxic in terms of like the stuff they're producing, you could even naturally have it learn a couple poison moves too. Maybe its signature move can cause either it's like a fire type move, but it can cause poison too. There's ideas here, guys. Come on, Game Freak, get your shit together. Speaking of getting your shit together, why have we not had a fire snake yet? Everyone, including myself, have been asking for it for the starters for years. Up until the Chinese Zodiac theory got completely trashed with Fuecoco. Although, if you want to get technical, a male crocodile is called a bull. So technically, no, but seriously. But this comes to us, by the way, this image is Tarmandoa from the Cascade region that Loxenoggin did. But go check out that. It was a great series. Loved it. Because I'm not stealing images here, just want you to know. Look at this. Look, it's a rubber boa. It is literally based off a rubber boa. It has got a street, like, literally in there. I think it's a fire poison type, if I'm not mistaken, or fire ground type. I think it was fire ground. That's right. But a fire snake, do you know how many freaking capabilities there are with a fire snake? I'll talk more about it when we do the starter version of this series way down the road. But suffice to say, a fire snake has so much possibilities. You know how many snake Pokemon we even have? It's actually not a lot. We have the Ekans and Arbok line. That's 2. And I'll count each individual line. We had Nothing in Gen 2. We had Surviper in Gen 3. Okay, that's 3. All right. 3 gens, 3 Pokemon. It's fine. Nothing in Gen 4. Milotic's an oarfish. It's not a snake, although it is serpentine. You had Nothing in Gen 4. You had the Snivy line. Okay, that's 6. But that's it in Gen 5. Zygarde really isn't a snake. It is a dragon, but it's snake-like. So if you want to give that a technically go with that, that's fine. And you have the Sandaconda Ciliboa line. That's it, everyone. There's 9 total snake Pokemon in the grand scheme of things. In fact, let me just be sure I didn't miss something right now. All snake Pokemon. Let's find out here if I missed something out of that. All snake Pokemon. Okay, so Dunsparce, this is listing Dunsparce. Okay, so they're not listing anything without legs as a snake, which is bullshit, because, okay, they have Seviper, obviously, Arbok Exons, obviously, Sandaconda and Silicobra, obviously, Superior, Servine, and Snivy, okay. Dunsparce is based off a land snake, like a cryptid, like fat land snake, I can't remember exactly what it is. It is called a land snake, I'll allow it, but then they say Milotic, that's not a snake, that's an oarfish. Rayquaza is a damn dragon, that does not count. Steelix and Onix technically do qualify, technically, but I really don't qualify them. They don't really look like snakes to me. They don't. They do say Zygarde, so I'll at least kind of allow Zygarde. But Gyarados is definitely not a snake. Dragonair and Dratini are not snakes. Serpentine, yes, but not snakes. Huntail and Gorbis are eels and deep-sea fish. They're not snakes. Giratina's winged form is not a snake. Centiskorch is a damn centipede. Electric is based off a damn lamprey. And Eternatus has arms. It has arms. It is not a goddamn snake. Well, you might Snivy and Servine they have little tiny baby arms. They're snakes. We know they are. So, yeah. We need more damn snake Pokemon because snakes are awesome and they give you great designs. When you might think, well, they're just a snake. What can you do? You can do a lot with a frickin' snake. You can do a lot with a goddamn snake. You just got to have the creativity for it, man. Look at this. Look at this, for example. That's creative. That's cool. So, yeah, we need a damn snake Pokemon. But last but not least, a creature that I'm amazed has not been created yet. A Bombadier Beetle. Now, if you don't know what this little guy is, the Bombadier Beetle is one of nature's great little pyrotechnics. It's literally capable of merging chemicals in its rear end and firing them as a burnt... That smoke is legit. It is a burning noxious acid. So a Bombadier Beetle is a prime candidate. It's a living Pokemon. It literally has a Pokemon move built into its biology. So I'm amazed that it has not been tapped for creative potential for a Pokemon yet. it can, again, the idea of a fire type move poisoning. You could do, or a poison type, or here's a bold idea. You introduce freaking Flying Press and Kalos, which is a dual type move. One of the only, and I think the only dual type moves in Pokemon. Hold on. Is it the only one? I want to say it is. Dual type moves in Pokemon. Let's see here. Flying Press is the only move that deals dual type damage. Why the hell did that, pun not intended, get pressed further? Why did you introduce it like that and then do nothing with it right now for not next generations? Dual moves need to exist, and this would be a perfect combination of a bug, of a poison fire combination of some kind. And yeah, it's a bug type in theory, but you could also have it just not be a bug type. You could have it be. We have fish-based Pokemon that are not fish. Look at the new legendary, the Goldfish, it's made of fire. Or look at Stunfisk. There are fish-based Pokemon that don't have to be water. Have a bug-looking Pokemon that aren't bugs. I'm just saying here, folks, it kind of is pretty easy when you think about it. Now, granted, Game Freak wants to keep making money. That's a given. So they will keep making these games so long as they keep bringing in money and we keep buying them, and they keep doing both. So eventually, we are probably going to see all these Pokemon some capacity. It's just the fact that we haven't gotten them yet that I think ticks a lot of people off, including myself. So that's my thoughts on what types of fire Pokemon we need. Join us next time I do this when I talk about the types of water Pokemon we need, which is far more expansive. Like water Pokemon are already the largest amount of Pokemon that exists in the Pokemon world, and there's far more I could do with that, that Pokemon. So, with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next one.